In episode 3 of Solving Linear Equations, we're going to have a look at linear equations that contain brackets. And if you think back to the last two episodes, the main method that we're going to be using is trying to get the variables onto the one side and the constants onto the other side. And as soon as there are brackets involved, we can't do that. So the first thing we need to do is to eliminate the brackets, and we're going to do that by using the distributive property. So that 7 outside of the brackets is saying 7 needs to be multiplied by the first term in the bracket, and it needs to be multiplied by the second term in the bracket. We're going to be doing the same thing here, and then over here, don't be confused by this, the 3x plus 1, there's no bracket involved, so they're not being multiplied by anything. So in our next step, we're simply going to bring them down as they are. So looking at this, we've got 7 times x is 7x. 7 times 3 is 21. And then these two are going to stay the same. And then multiplying the 2 into the bracket, we're going to have 2 times x, which is 2x. And positive times negative is negative. 2 times 13 is 26. So if you look at that, that looks like the types of examples that I gave you in episode 2, where you just have a whole lot of terms and you have an equal sign, which is showing that it is definitely an equation. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to move my x terms onto the one side and my constant terms onto the other side. So on this side, I already have a 7x, and I already have a plus 3x. And then when I want to bring this 2x across, remember, as soon as it comes across an equal sign, this was a positive 2x, it's now going to become a minus 2x. That sorted out all of my x terms. On this side, I already have a negative 26. This was positive 21, is coming across as negative 21. And positive 1 is coming across as negative 1. So adding up my like terms of x terms, I've got 7x plus 3x is 10x, minus 2x is 8x. Negative 26 minus 21 is negative 47, minus another one is negative 48. And then remember, we're not trying to solve for 8x, we're trying to solve for x. So whatever that coefficient is, you divide by exactly that, and you do the same to both sides. And therefore, x is going to be negative divided by positive is negative. 48 divided by 8 is 6. Right, let's have a look at another one that also contains brackets. So here, multiplying, I'm going to need to multiply our two different brackets on the left hand side, and the right hand side is without brackets. So x times 3x is going to give me 3x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. Remember, you don't need to write negative 1x. Then here it appears just to be a negative sign, but remember that's an invisible one standing there. But basically it's the signs we need to worry about. So we've got negative times positive is negative 3, and negative times negative is positive x. And this side is exactly as it is. And now we see something else emerging that we haven't had before, and that is where we don't just have x terms, but we also have x squared terms. Now, depending on where you are in your mathematics studies, you'll know that when there's x squared terms, we're looking at a quadratic equation. So, but let's see what's going to happen here as we put variables on the one side and constants on the other. On the side that I've already got, I've got 3x squared minus x plus x. I have to bring this across, so it will become minus 3x squared. And I need to bring that across. Minus then becomes plus 5x. I already have the 2 there, so I'll write that down first. And then looking for constants here, I had negative 3. It's going to come across as positive 3. Now right back here, I could have actually said straight away, negative x plus x is 0. Remember, as soon as you've got a negative something and the positive exactly the same thing, they're going to come out to be 0. So they basically just disappear. I needn't have written them down there. I could have eliminated them at this stage. The reason I've done this is I just want to show you all the steps and the logic of what we're going through. But as you get more experienced, you can start to spot things earlier on in certain steps and just simplify it down straight away. Well, here I've also got 3x squared minus 3x squared. Anything minus exactly the same thing is going to give me 0, which basically means they're going to disappear. Negative x plus x, they're going to disappear. So all I'm left with is 5x, and 2 plus 3 is 5. Well, by inspection, I can straight away say 5 times what will give me 5? The answer would be 1. But going through the steps, and you've also probably reached the stage where you don't actually need to write this down, you're just doing it in your head. You're saying 5 divided by 5 is 1, so I'm left with x, and 5 divided by 5 is 1. Right, this is just part 1 of this episode 3. In part 2, I'm going to give you some more challenging examples, still to do with eliminating the brackets first, but just things that push you a little bit further. So look out for episode 3, part 2. And if you don't want to miss the new videos that I'm putting up almost every day at this stage, just click that subscribe button so that you can be alerted when a new one is posted. Thank you.